Hi world, welcome to this video. If you have an Aries ascendant, an Aries moon, and a Scorpio sun, then this is your video. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So let us understand the ascendant degree, and with your Aries moon, Aries ascendant, and Scorpio sun, you are inextricably interwoven into the narrative of Mars, because Mars not only is your solar ruler, also rules your 8th house, and you have Sun in the 8th, okay? And you have your moon and your ascendant degree in your 1st house. So, this is an intense Mars position, intense Mars positions, because when you think of Mars, Mars is the masculine archetype, all right? Mars is all about our impulse to grow. It's our ambition. It's how we pivot around the world, how we conquer. It's very warlike. So you have Mars that rules Aries, and Scorpio rules your sun and your moon. So you have to understand that Mars is an important key player in your natal chart. It's your solar ruler and it's your ascendant ruler and ruler of your 1st and 8th house. 1st house has to do with sense of self. So the ascendant degree is the degree which the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. So say you have your ascendant at 12 degrees of Aries, okay? And the rising sign is, of course, a particular sign which is rising on the eastern side of the horizon. So your rising sign is Aries, your ascendant degree is, say, 10 degrees or 12 degrees, whatever, okay? And the ascendant is essentially how the world perceives you. It's your physical body. So your appearance, your physical appearance totally depends on your ascendant. So you have very Martian features, and here your solar ruler is also Mars. So definitely deep penetrating eyes. Scorpios, they have this very penetrating eyes. So deep penetrating eyes, and Aries do too. Very sharp features. A lot of movement with the eyebrows, with Aries. It rules the head. So oftentimes I've seen that Aries strong people have brittle hair, okay, and they have fragile hair. They may decide to wear it short or even sometimes go bald. A lot of Aries men prefer to go bald, shave their heads off. So that's something. They're very ruddish in their complexion, red, okay, even if they contour, and they use a lot of reds in the way they do their makeup. And for you, Scorpio sun and Aries ascendant and moon, red is your color, So learn to work with the energy of red. It's the color of passion, color of creation. It is the color of goddess, the menstrual blood. So it's very potent for you, the color red. Definitely something you can wear and turn heads, okay? Now, so the ascendant is your physical, the way you are, and you may have a mad, aloof expression about you. You have that anyway with the Aries prominence in your natal chart with your ascendant and moon, and God knows what else you have in Aries. And but even with Scorpio, you just have this really aloof expression, and with Aries you have this, you look mad, not resting bitch face, but resting mad face. You just look pissed off, but you're not. And be mindful of that, because if you really look at people with your penetrative glance, it can befuddle them. So, and you're not afraid of eye contact with your Aries and Scorpio placements, and you want to do the slow burn, you want to look into the eye. And with Aries, you like to conquer, you like the quest, you like the kill, you're a hunter. Now, the moon sign is all about connecting, nurturing, being nurtured, emoting, feeling, everyday habits and patterns, our mother. So Aries moon is not a good position, to tell you the truth, because moon wants to connect and Aries is not bothered about connection. Aries is all about initiating new things, initiating new paradigms. There may be no completion there, but it's all about start, let's get going. Let's not talk about emotions and connections. There's no time for that, okay? So grounding, empathy, compassion is something you definitely have to find with this Aries moon. You're probably the most impatient of the zodiac. Now with Mars so heavy in your chart, anger, violence, susceptibility to accidents, especially head-related accidents. Also an ill-placed Mars, afflicted Mars can have your eyes affected. You can be wearing glasses. You can have ear issues. Aries rules the head, remember. Okay, also 8th house, Scorpio rules your reproductive systems, and both Mars's domain, although Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto, but Mars holds domain over Scorpio, so there is finding balance with this Martian energy that you have to work with, and that is about embracing the yin within you. Now Sun in Scorpio is not a good position. The Sun doesn't like to be in Scorpio, okay? The Sun finds it because Scorpio is about the unconscious. It's the valley experience, It's about going deep within the cosmic yoni, going deep within our subconscious. So when the soul falls from the spiritual realms, it has to find itself encased in a physical body. So it puts away a lot of its spiritual understanding away in storage, so to say, and the storage is the unconscious. The unconscious holds every single thing, and Scorpio rules the unconscious. Scorpio's about investigation, getting to the brass root tax, okay, getting to the crux of something. So with your Scorpio Sun, you're definitely interested to look into the occult, and Sun is always about your ambitions, your father. Sun in Scorpio, you probably have a very difficult relationship with your father. Okay, Moon in Aries, you probably have a difficult relationship with your mother. So it can be hard, but at the end of the day, remember, Aries esoterically is ruled by Mercury, and Aries is all about the higher plane of mind. Okay, that's what the final lesson of Aries is, to understand how the higher mind works. Now interestingly, the esoteric ruler of Scorpio is also Mercury. So do you see how these two signs actually are coming from the plane of the mind, the higher mind? Mercury, the psychopomp, starts to play a deep role in this. Also, according to esoteric astrology, a moon sign becomes your greatest challenge after 35. So you have to understand and work with your Aries moon, okay? Now, there are 3 signs of death. Aries, Scorpio, and Pisces, according to esoteric astrology of Alice Bailey. And now you see how Aries and Scorpio are both signs of death, where you must find alchemy and transmute whatever's not necessary and move to the next paradigm. Okay, so this is definitely, there'll be an energy of death around you, and I don't mean physical death, but I mean things just wrapping up and things just ending very abruptly, even when you just didn't understand what happened. With your Scorpio Sun, you can be very secretive, very, very secretive, more so if you have a Scorpio moon. But even with the Scorpio Sun, and you're the detective, so I guess you can be a good military professional or even a detective. But I don't know about with the Aries moon, you may not have the patience to, really stalk it out. Like you may get impatient and restless. And believe me, Aries moon is the most impatient sign of the zodiac, the most impatient moon sign of the zodiac. Okay, so Scorpio is female, but again, there is a very masculine energy to Scorpio. It's water. So water and fire create steam. So your moon and your sun are creating steam. Steam can be destructive, but steam can also be tremendously constructive. It can be used as power to build something. So you want to get to the crux of the matter. And of course, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, a sign of death and regeneration, and about the three archetypes of Scorpio. So, it's about becoming that phoenix. And Aries, sign of fire, and Scorpio, you ultimately, from the Scorpion, you become the eagle, then from the eagle, you become the phoenix. Again, by fire you burn and you become the phoenix. So you see how these two signs are tremendously linked. That's why both these signs have Mars as their exoteric ruler. There's a reason for that. Some say Scorpio is even ruled by Mars esoterically, but most accept that it's Mercury. And there again, both the signs are ruled by Mercury in esoteric astrology. So from this death and this transformation will come a rebirth if you allow it. If you don't give in to the impatience, if you actually complete what you're meant to. Just don't get angry, violent. Please work with your temper, breath work, connection, touching your heart chakra, grounding, spending time in nature. Okay, even close to a water body if you feel really although I don't say water body because Aries is fire. I thought of Scorpio, water. I would say Havans would be really good for you. The Hindu way we do Havan is when we put all our offerings in a fire. So that's very good for any kind of Aries individuals, those rituals. Okay, so watching a Havan can be very cathartic and can bring in a sense of calm in the Aries moon and ascendant person. Rest, become the alchemist you're meant to be, because Scorpio is a sign of discipleship, and Aries is the first, a sign of the first ray of will and power. So there's a lot of power play with these placements. You just have to know how to ground that and embrace your shadow. Everything that happens in Scorpio is about embracing that shadow. So don't wait any longer. Delve deep. Still that monkey brain. Tune into the high vibrations of Mercury in Aries, the esoteric ruler of Aries, and you will see how everything comes to balance. Thank you. That was Tina from Tina Heals. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think.